Hello. What's good, guys? Gamerish Network Podcast. This is episode 40. Uh, we're literally coming here today to let you know the ish you should know, as well as talk about some really interesting things in gaming and entertainment. With me right now is the usual people, the usual suspects here. We got BK Brawler in the building.
Well, that's good.
And we got Mad King Solo.
What up?
In the building.
You could drop the solo. I'm just Mad King now.
Oh shit!
It's exclusive now, guys.
Wife
Mad
said,
King.
stop calling yourself.
Yo, my wife hates that I have solo in my name. I thought I was just joking at first. She fucking hates it. She's like, "Why you that solo? Why you keep saying you're solo?"
That makes sense.
It's like today when I told my wife my body's built for big women, and she's like, "Excuse me."
Oh my gosh!
It's built for you. It's built for you.
Yeah, you gotta be careful what you say.
You did not say that.
Yes, I did.
Oh man, I was gonna say. So it's Mad King, not Mad King Solo. That's the black label version.
Yeah,
what are you drinking, BK? I just saw your cup.
Some Diplomatico. Some rum.
Nice.
Oh, that's rum.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good.
I know you didn't ask, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I'm drinking a old fashioned. My wife made it, so thank you.
Oh shit! Right. Oh, that's actually dope.
To keep my liquor away from me.
Nah, she's my personal bartender, so I tip her with UGG boots.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Well, I am drinking here, which I shouldn't be drinking this because it's like toxic. I'm drinking Fireball.
Wow.
That's what I got right now.
One liquor I hate.
It's like spicy for no reason, but it's like not real. It doesn't taste like real cinnamon. It just tastes like
hate big red gum. I don't like big red gum.
Yeah, I don't like big red gum actually either. I don't even like gum for that matter, but that's a totally different story. I also want to ask, since you guys are already talking about drinks and stuff like that, did you get any new drinks, BK Brawler? Any new setup? Because you said you were ordering stuff last time.
Oh man, I got some new beers, but I didn't even post the pictures yet. Like I didn't even memorize the names. Like I kind of blew out my back with the snowstorm that we had. And after me and Freddie went off the air Monday, I had to shovel outside my house. I didn't know it was so bad, and I was by myself. And I've been in pain for the past 2 days, since Monday, and like I couldn't even put on pants without my wife's help. That's how bad my back.
Did you ice it?
She put some icy hot on it, and I hate icy hot. That was the first time I ever used it. It's like it's cool
it
at first.
Burns.
It burns like a motherfucker. And then when it was finished, it was like it didn't do anything. So I went through all of that pain for nothing, And then so I was just like popping pills all day for the past 2 days, and like this is the first drink I'm having in 3 days.
Oh wow! Has it really ever been that long since you had no drinks in like 3 days?
Since the last time I went on a bend, yes, it's been years since I went more than a day without drinking. Like a day is as much as I would go without drinking.
That's Sunday church. Yeah. Oh shit! I was gonna say also because you mentioned Maggie, you mentioned that your wife makes your drinks for you. It's kind of interesting. Like you have a human version of the machine that he has at home. Like she just makes drinks for you. That's actually quality right there. That's quality.
She's getting better. She's actually like she enjoys it, so it's fun. That I'm like, hey, can you give me something to drink? And she's like, yeah. And then because we have like the whole setup. We have like a bar cart. We have the measuring I forgot what it's called.
I should know what that is.
That shaker thing?
Yeah, we have the whole works, and she just has a good time just messing around with that. I don't expect it, but I'm not complaining either. So.
Facts. I just make my own drinks, and usually they're not mixed with anything because I'm too lazy. I'm like, all right, I already know that I could put soda in this to make it an actual drink, but then I could be like, I know what I want, so I'm just gonna like pour the alcohol in there by itself.
That's not a bad way to go about it.
Yeah.
I feel like I drink less that way though. Or I don't know. This bottle's almost done, so that's questionable.
That's honestly the way you drink is how I drink. I had like back in my early I guess college days. I didn't finish college, but like those times of just going to these fucking parties. I used to do, jungle juice and like this punches and shit like that. I used to knock my ass down.
That's all I did.
But it would give me headaches with doing things like that because it's just sugar.
Yeah, so I was just drinking it, not tasting the alcohol, and then just 1 minute I'm just blacked out. And then after that, I'm like, you know what? This is not good. Cause
Nope.
so I'm like, you know what? Now I'm gonna start drinking things neat on the rocks, strong things, so I can know like, okay, there's 7 old fashions can knock me down. So
Seven.
no, I'm just saying, but I know my number. Jungle juice, I don't know my number. I just drink that shit until I'm just like somebody's telling me to stop. But like I need to like I just learn to like slow down, and that's how I learned to just like old fashions and just chill
Yeah.
out.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, Gamerish Network, today we are going to be talking about a few things. Not only are we bringing you gaming news and entertainment to Hot Topics, but we will also be celebrating Black History Month because that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
So we have decided that we are going to each talk about like 3 prominent Black characters in comics and or gaming. Do you want to go first, BK?
Oh, you want me to go first? Okay.
Of course. You always got a lot to say. I want to hear it.
No, but it wasn't, like, it's just whatever. I didn't think I have a lot to say about it or shit. But I have to first and foremost go with John, the Green Lantern. When he went from white to being a black Green Lantern and stuff, that was like a shift in the way certain comics were made and things like that. So that was nice to see him always. That's the only time I was ever into Green Lantern. When we got the Black John, Green Lantern and the show and Justice League and everything. I was like, all right, I can mess with this.
Yeah.
He's cool because before when Green Lantern was the regular Green Lantern, I didn't find him interesting at all. Like I have
Jordan.
I have no connection with this character. Like, yeah, cool, you make stuff with your ring, but that's all you are to me right now. So that's all I'm gonna say about Green Lantern.
Just because Jon Stewart was on mine too,
Yeah.
and I guess to pick it back on you just because I don't want to repeat myself when it's my turn. I think I picked him too because him compared to Hal Jordan is like 2 different characters. They're not. He's not just a black Green Lantern. He has his own. His abilities are different than Hal Jordan. He really made that character Green Lantern. And like when I picture Green Lantern, it's always Jon Stewart. And another thing, he was the first black character ever in DC Comics. He was the first black character that they made. So that's why I think I didn't know that was that obvious, but like I didn't know that. I thought like I didn't know he was the first because I felt like I don't know what date he was. I gotta have it because
Yeah,
yeah,
I didn't look up the date, but I read on that too.
it
But
was 1971,
there we
issue
Damn.
87. So he was the first black African American superhero to appear in DC Comics. So that was a pretty big moment, and maybe that's why he stands out. And I think they're actually in works of making a Jon Stewart Green Lantern movie coming up. So I'll be excited to see that.
Yeah, and we might be seeing him in oh no, well, one of the CW shows. Since Arrow is gone and the spinoff it ain't happening no more, but there's word that John Diggle,
Yep. That's what I was thinking.
yeah, the Green Lantern and stuff, because he picked up the ring in the season finale or
Yep.
series finale. So we'll see what if they just throw that shit to the side or they actually incorporate him in there some way somehow. Maybe in one of those crossover episodes that they're gonna do, which would be interesting this year because of how they have all the DC Universe shows being included and the CW stuff. So well, then again, they're on HBO Max too, so we'll see what they do. We'll see what.
Yeah. I think it's pretty interesting because you said it was 71, right? That
Yeah.
they it's like if you realize that's like on the coattails of the civil rights movement in the 60s. So it was like it's time. It's time. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who's your second?
Is fucking Static Shock. I wouldn't be surprised one of you guys have Static Shock on your list as well. But Static Shock was the man before I even started reading comics, before I knew Batman and all these superheroes were comics as a kid. Static Shock was just that show. I was just like, yo, superhero Static Shock. Like every morning, Saturday morning, it was Static Shock was the after Yu-Gi-Oh, of course, but
Yes.
Static Shock was the show.
I used to watch that shit.
And he had and it took us out of the stereotypical like black kid world. You saw the hood from his perspective, but they also took out the stereotypical stuff of black kids growing up without fathers they gave him a strong father figure, and he had the whole family. The family was together. His dad tried to teach lessons, in which the show tried to teach us at the same time, and things like that. So you got to see things from a whole new level, things that we wouldn't even recognize that the show was teaching us lessons
Yep.
that we wouldn't even realize were lessons until we got older. I was like, damn, I remember when Static went through this shit in the show. I'm like, wow, they were trying to show me something like this might be our future. We might
Yeah.
come into these cases or situations, and Static, this show could show us how we might want to deal with certain situations and stuff. But Static Shock, yeah, I can't wait for them to reboot that shit. I hope Michael B. Jordan does a great job with the movie. I hope they get the right actor and
Yeah, facts.
the right characters, people to play all the right characters. But Static Shock is definitely prominent in my life. So since none of you have him, I guess my third person, last but not least, is Barrett from Final Fantasy VII.
Yo!
You know, you have him. You got him on your list.
Yes.
Yeah, so Barrett from Final Fantasy VII in the game where, like, when I think about black characters, I think whenever we speak about Final Fantasy VII, I always bring him up. So it's only right that I bring him up again right now. But Barrett, it was always like, as soon as every Final Fantasy game I play, like, there were, I think, Final Fantasy VIII didn't really have any prominent black characters. Like, none of the main characters, I believe, were black. Final Fantasy VII was Barrett, and it's just like, wow, like this was my first Final Fantasy. They have a black character in it, it's cool. I wanted to play with him more than I wanted to play with Cloud, always making sure he survived, and he had his crazy attitude, which goes with mine, where like I just get the job done, and business, and we don't give like the don't give a fuck attitude as long as shit is going our way. But at the same time, we have a heart. Even though we don't show it, we only show it to a little bit amount of people. I'm just like that. A lot of people don't get to see my heartful side, but a lot of people get to see that hard side that I show a lot, which is just like how Barrett is, and he paved the way for a lot of characters to come after him, and give Final Fantasy some diversity in the future. I don't know if they'll ever do another Barrett like that again, or what we got in the remake. Of course, the remake is even better, but those are my three.
Yeah, because obviously like Final Fantasy, so I can't not say something. I think that was like actually a pretty dope pick. Literally the fact that I love the fact that he was this guy who had good morals and he was all about family. Doesn't matter what was happening, he was about making sure everybody ate at the table. When I first got that game, I was like a little kid and I was going through hell because when you're a kid, you can't control your own life and shit, and I lived wherever I had to live because whatever happens. And like literally that game, I was looking at him like, yo, everybody eats at this table. And then the kid, I didn't know right away that wasn't his kid. That was his friend's kid that he took in because Shinra crashed. They literally destroyed their town.
Yeah.
So he took in this kid, Marlene, and he was like so much like Marlene. He was like a gentle giant. Went around like a kitten, a big kitten, whenever she was around. And then he was like this big badass. Granted, he was very stereotypical black character, but beyond that, yeah, that for me.
Expect that from the Japanese, is what they're used to doing, even with their anime characters.
You expect that from the world. I'll put it like that.
But they're more lesser known for, at least they include us in things, even though they put the stereotypical version of it. It's just like in comic books, how there was a time in the comic book age where all Chinese people were yellow. They colored all of them yellow. And
and with the squinty eyes and shit like that, and you're just like, what the fuck? But it's not even squinty.
So when you're like, you could tell the difference between the white person and a Chinese person in a comic because they made sure they colored the Chinese person yellow.
And then the black people would have the bubble lips like a fish.
Yeah, so yeah, the times have changed for the better. So.
But yeah, well, they're changing still. They haven't changed. They haven't gotten there yet. But Mad King, what about you? I want to hear your top 3 Unless you want me to go first, it's up to you.
Well, he's down with two now.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys are taking it, so let me just get the rest of my list down. Um, I was gonna just touch on the whole because I was talking to Felice before we went live about how I feel like finding these three people of characters influence comics actors and video game characters, and I just kept finding stereotypes of black culture, of imagery of black culture, and it was just like kind of disappointing, honestly. I just a disclaimer. I it took me a while because I don't really see, sound corny, but I don't, when I'm like, who's my favorite character, I don't see the color. It's just who's my favorite actor? Like, I like Denzel Washington. I don't like him because he's black. I like Denzel Washington. He's like my favorite actor. So it took me a little bit of time to like actually look for these characters, and then I found these characters. They were all very stereotyped, very for instance, the guy from Halo, the sergeant chief, very stereotypical of like what white people think black people are: loud, reckless, a hard ass. And then like you see that imagery in a lot of games. Final Fantasy, the guy, he's big, he's black, he's loud. It's just like it's hard to find an image of black culture that isn't that stereotype. And you can say that to anything. Spanish people, we're usually very religious. We like our Spanish food. It's just like we're close to our mama. It's like there's like stereotypes are all over the place, and it's just very disappointing. I'm hoping, like you were saying, that like we see change going in the future, and that it's not like we're all just people. We don't have stereotypes, and stereotypes come from somewhere. But I mean, you shouldn't base a whole character off a stereotype. And that's why I did like Jon Stewart, because he was black. He just happened to be black, but he was a distinct character. He wasn't a black stereotype of what they thought it was. But even then, he is a little loud. He is a little like, you don't do it my way or not. So it's like you said, it's going somewhere. We took that. So I was gonna say, it's tough. I would say Spawn, comic book wise. Remember the movie, the cartoon in the '90s was very dark. I'm really big on anti-heroes. So a lot, like two of these people on my list are like very anti-heroes. So Blade was just a badass. And
say Blade. As soon as you said anti-hero, I was like,
Yep.
Blade.
Fucking Spawn, just like those are like iconic characters for me. And I grew up in the '90s. I think Spawn was like early '90s. Blade was early '90s, and just like those were my heroes, superheroes. Like, we didn't have fucking Captain America, we didn't have the Avengers. We had Blade growing up, we had Spawn growing up. They were the first black. They were the first heroes. That's what I'm saying. They're not even black heroes. They're the first like superheroes, and they weren't white. So I appreciate that. Also, I just took it two other people because I want to get outside just video games, because we're everything, not just comics. Just not comics and games. I want to say just real quick, Will Smith. Growing up watching his career, and like just his kind of what he brings to work, like like from The Pursuit of Happiness to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to all these different movies, and then how he is in real life. He's appreciative of what he has, and he's humble about it. And then also shout out to, I hate how he is now, but Kanye West. He had a major influence in my life. College Dropout, Late Registration.
That shit was great.
Yeah, like early shit. Late Registration, College Dropout, and Graduation.
Albums,
Those three albums were like, I swear, like my life growing up. Like when I was like in high school, College Dropout.
Remember when Noel used to just preach those albums to us?
Yeah,
You guys gotta listen.
Those things made you fucking think though, which is
yeah.
important.
So I'm saying, like when College Dropout came out, he was talking about like, fuck school, I'm gonna do my own thing. Late Registration, when he started realizing maybe I need to go back to school, maybe I need to start learning, be a little humble, but like still fuck things up. And then Graduation is when he graduated. He's like, yo, I'm the fucking man. And then after that he fell off. But no, he didn't fall off. But like,
not right away.
No, Beautiful Dark Fantasy is
808
great.
Heartbreak.
No, yeah, it's all. But those three are like very, because like they were matching. When Graduation came out, I was in college. When Late Registration came out, I was like in between if I wanted to go to college, not. I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. And so those albums really connect with my life. And I want to say last is not much of influence on me personally, but just what he his mentality is. Kobe Bryant, just the way
Yeah.
that Mamba mentality, just
Yeah.
like just his fucking work ethic and just not wanting to settle on anything, wanting to be the best no matter what. And fuck the fame. I want to do this because I want to be the best. And if money and fame comes with it, that's great. But just like the mentality of just like Kobe Bryant, just like rest in power. Just like he like to this day, I was always gonna be Kobe when I go for a shot. You know, he's just a part of just like I want to be just his pursuit of just wanting to be like the best. I want that, and you know I'm trying to aspire to that. So those people influenced me, and from all music, video games, comics. That's everybody that I could think of right now.
Yeah. Those are actually really
How do you
beautiful
follow that
picks.
up, Police? How do you follow all that?
Well, I didn't know we were going outside of those things. I mean, do you want me to say Maya Angelou? You know, Rosa Parks. I mean,
I mean, if those people influence your life, then yeah, like
I mean, technically they influenced us all in
yeah.
a sense, but anyway, I'm gonna tell you the people I chose. Okay, let me get back to this screen. All right, so I did choose the one that you chose earlier, Barrett Wallace, but I already said why. So you already did that. I also chose Clementine from The Walking Dead. Yes, I chose Clementine. Okay, so I remember us having one of the podcasts, and I don't remember which one it was, but we spoke about briefly about I guess them doing Telltale. They was doing it too much. I think Freddie said that, like there was the style, but I remember playing like us talking about her and the dude, which I would say him too, Lee, what they went through. But for her to take care of this little brother, well, he wasn't really her brother, but AJ, like she was a parent, she was a kid. Not a spoiler if you, it's too late, you know. And literally, coincidentally, like, what do you call it? Lee literally shaped her life.
Yeah.
You know?
You saw the evolution.
Yeah, like, okay, you know how you made choices in the game and it determined how she was going to be, like whether she shot somebody or not shot somebody, you know? And it's just like that, it kind of showed like a generational thing, even though like Clementine and AJ is kind of close in this, it's close in generation wise, but like it felt like a generation, like father, daughter, and then grandkid, you know? It felt like that, even though that wasn't his, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like showing like history, and I feel like with Black culture, with like Latino, Latinx, literally like with the cultures, like one thing that we do have often is family. Like we care about that. We do anything. We die for our family. We live for our family. We strive for our family. Right? It's all about hustling. That I guess I literally all my picks are probably based off of that. But it's important. That's who we are, and then we always trying to help each other get pulled up for the most part. So I thought that it was interesting that Clementine was like, I don't know, she just meant a lot to me. The struggle and shit like that. Just being a little kid and being forced to have to be in certain situations that you shouldn't be in, like you too young. Also, from The Last of Us, the first one. I don't remember. I don't know if you guys remember the leader of the Fireflies, but Marlene. They called her Marley Dandridge.
Yeah.
She was the one that was tasked with taking care of Ellie. Her mom, I think Ellie's mom died because they're all part of the resistance. So she's supposed to take care of her. Like, how do you feel like knowing the fact that like this is not your kid, mind you, one, but you're resistance and you're trying to get this kid to the doctors. I don't know if they spoke or ahead of time. I'm just assuming they did, but like they were gonna kill Ellie. And I get that maybe, you know, dude shouldn't be selfish, Joe shouldn't be selfish, and should have let them kill her so that they could like save the world. I get that. But like she raised her, at least for a little bit, like she was her kid. To send her off to possibly die with someone who's just like a not bounty, but mercenary. With someone that's a mercenary. You sending a kid cross the thing, like, you know what? There's no way she's not bonded with that kid.
Yeah.
And like she was like she was taking charge of this whole faction. Like, I think that she didn't have enough spotlight in that, but for the moments that she was in it, for me, I just felt that they were really great. if that makes any sense. So, oh, I have one more because of the Barrett thing. So, I chose this one because of obvious reasons. Black Panther. So,
Yes, absolutely.
Black Panther sparked more of a movement. It was like there was already a movement happening with things getting kicked in. Like you remember everyone dressing up to go see that. Even if you didn't know what Black Panther comics were about before then, you knew what they were about. You went out and you seek that information, and it just made us feel so connected. And granted, African Americans, especially most of us who are don't have immediate family that are from Africa, for instance, like we're cut off. So I just felt like a lot of people, granted, they were showing up in like African garb and shit like that. Like you know what you've seen the pictures.
Yeah.
It felt good to celebrate sitting in your blackness, being in your blackness. That shit was, for me, it was epic. Like I was like, everyone was hella happy all over social media. And of course with the passing of Chadwick, then there's like future stuff like, okay, this movement's not ending. What's going to happen? Oh, well, Shuri's going to possibly take over. Well, she's taking over. Not she's going to possibly take over. But like that led into this situation where you have now a black woman who's going to be the face of this huge thing. Little kids that look like me are going to be looking at her and being like, damn, I could be a superhero.
It was announced this week that there's going to be a Wakanda TV show on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, so that's actually, I need your password for that. But anyway, for me though, like that, like I know I'm an emotional person, but for me that was amazing, and it still is.
It's funny. I was gonna say Black Panther, but even more.
I didn't want to choose it,
my anti-hero. I think Killmonger.
Yes, facts.
He was like
not a villain. Not a villain.
Yeah, he wasn't a villain, and like for him to be like that good of an actor plus character in that movie,
dude.
And that's what Naomi was just saying. A character we were cut off, and he's an example of us.
No, exactly. It's just showing like what happens when like it just you don't have that support around you. You can end up like Black Panther, or you can end up like Killmonger. It's such a great story, and like I would love to see Killmonger come back and be part of the story.
I heard they were teasing that they were gonna have something for him
because he has like he loved. I mean,
or some shit like that.
Yeah, people loved it. I loved it.
I loved the dude that was in charge of the mountain thing too, the mountain tribe.
Oh yeah,
he was hilarious.
A whole bunch of good characters in that.
Like everybody.
I was gonna say Storm.
I wanted to say Storm too, but I was trying not to pick them.
X-Men. She's a fucking badass. She's strong and like she took over. I don't even imagine Storm not being black. Like she just is there a Storm that's black? Not black? Is there a white Storm out there?
A white Storm? Nah.
I think so.
There are. I think there is.
You mean a lightened Storm? No. I'm still here. I'm just fixing my camera because I kicked the table.
No, but I'm just saying, like she, even before Halle Berry made her famous, I think that she's a strong character. She's a badass, and I just wanted to just give her props.
Thanks. Sorry, I just had to click off this one and click onto the other one. Hey. All right. I was gonna ask a question about that stuff too. Actually, I know we kind of mostly touched on it by like saying like how we felt about it, but like I know you said Static Shock earlier. Like what made you so connected to them? I'm asking both, not just Static Shock, but in general, what made you so connected to that person? I know why you connected to Green Lantern, but I would still like to hear it.
Oh well, like I said, like Static Shock just showed us like what a perfect family, like a black family that doesn't look stereotypical is like. Plus, I always said if I wanted a superpower, one would be speed, and after that, speed is the ability to control lightning. Those are the two superpowers I want more than anything. Because then I could do anything, and I could control my video games if the world went to shit. You know, like I could still play. You know, I could gather lightning, and it'll be in my house, and I could still play.
You would say that.
Yes, you know, and I know I should be thinking about how my family can still run water and shit.
Nah, it's not important. I just gotta play my video games. It's not important.
You know, and then when it comes to Barrett, Barrett was just like me, like a hard ass on the outside, but still a softie behind doors, cares about his family and things like that. Even though like no one really sees me show off my family or talk about my life on Facebook or anything, but behind closed door, it's a tight knit group. And but outside when you guys do see me post things, I'm talking sexual shit. I'm talking about drinking and getting drunk, and when
Yeah.
I'm with my friends out at a bar, Freddie knows I talk shit to everybody. Like I'm cracking jokes on whoever I see an opportunity to crack jokes on at your expense to make everybody laugh. So like I'm a hard ass on the outside, softer on the inside. So that's why I relate to those two.
That makes sense. And Freddie, I know you mentioned a lot of people, but out of I guess just out of what the one you feel most like, how do you what makes you so connected to that character?
Um, I don't know. I don't think connected. I think inspired maybe. I think it has to be uh Kobe Bryant. Honestly, like I'm all. That's the thing. Growing up, my parents never really pushed me to like go for the A son. It was always just like I was always just getting by with C's and B's and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
I thought that was okay. And then you know, I never had that extra push growing up. And then when I started getting into basketball and Jordan, and just like actually just not like and just like seeing how they got good, and that's the thing. Like they put work in, and and like they didn't quit. They showed up early before the cameras got there. They showed, and it's the late, the last people, first one to come, the last one to leave. And a lot of time when it comes to like being famous or like getting rich, like everybody wants it fast. Everybody, and that's the thing about Instagram. It's a fucking picture. You just put a picture up. I'm in Mexico, but they don't show like I've been working double doubles to get the money to go to Mexico.
Exactly.
So like that's the same thing. Like Kobe, like and Michael Jordan. More Kobe because Michael Jordan was a dick
Yep.
sometimes
Yep. Yep.
and an asshole. So I don't really like. I don't like the way that he went about it. But Kobe Bryant, he was just like, I want to be the best, and you gotta get on my same fucking level or get the fuck out. And like if you like, you could be anybody. You put the same work that he does, he's gonna respect you. But he doesn't want laziness around him, and it's not overnight. You know, so I think that's just like I started picking up on that. So I really reading like understanding that like nothing comes easy. Nothing in life comes easy, and you got to put work in constantly. And that's just like something that I just like. I'm starting to live by. It's taking a long time to get there, but I'm still working on it. But yeah,
Nah.
that's why I like. That's why I think Kobe is just because
Hey,
like
we all got something that other people wish they had. Everybody has something, at least if we're lucky enough. We all have something that people wish they had. Like me, I wish I had the time people have to fucking play games all damn day, but at the same time, I could at least say, hey, I got a great job. Like, so there's always like whoever
I
wrote two sides of a coin
yeah,
of
yeah.
every fucking thing. So.
it just sucks that we live
That's
in like a
facts.
society where like they don't want to see like I wish instead of like they're showing like the end, like going to the gym and showing the six pack. Show me the
How'd
days
you
you
get
put
there?
in. Yeah, the journey to get there. I think that's more interesting. I
Yeah.
get the last day the six pack is nice, but like show me like your hours you was in. You was there at 6 o'clock in the morning before nobody else was there, and you worked hard for it. Like that's more inspiring than just like a picture.
Yeah, yeah, because it makes you feel like you can never get there if that's what
Yeah.
your goal is, because you're like, oh, this is hard. But you don't know if they did that same thing that was really, really hard because no one ever shows you. Like, yo, Freddie, look at you. I respect you so much more right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just like Gamerish. Like before Gamerish, and who knew I would be here doing video podcasts one day. But when I started, not even Gamerish, before Gamerish, people, there was a website I had called gamingbinge.com, which is down now. So don't even go looking for it. I stopped paying for the site like 2 years ago. And I started with websites. If you want to know my journey, I've worked for Nintendo. I've written for Xbox. I've written for Nintendo. I've written for PlayStation Magazine. All this stuff. Then I decided to do my own thing, and then but after the Game and Binge website didn't work out, went into doing a drinking a game solo, and then Eric joined me, of course, and that was a success. But then we ended up having some difficulties, and that shit dropped. And then I was like, you know what? Let me not give up. Let me start over. I started the Gamerish Network, and look at us now. Who knew I would have a fucking logo on a fucking hat on a damn Gamerish thing? We're not big, but one day we're hoping to be as big as you guys put Stone Mountain or Doctor Disrespect and shit like that.
Thanks.
The difference between us and them is that we want to include you guys in everything, and they're just about themselves. Remember that.
Yeah, and we're like literally here trying to put in work, and I respect that so much. Like it's so important, especially with us continuing to not be a toxic gaming community like some of the ones that you find on Facebook or Reddit or Twitter. So it's
Everywhere.
literally everywhere. So it's so important, and as we evolve, we want to continue to have you guys here with us. Um, that being said, moving on with the rest of the Black History Month stuff and just talking about games entertainment. What do you got for me, Freddie?
News and entertainment. One thing. I'm just curious. When I was looking at, cause I looked, I kind of cheated. I looked at like a list of like top 10 African American game characters, and one list had Ganon. Is Ganon black?
I thought he was.
Yeah.
I
I
thought he was just
never
like
thought of him as
dark.
black.
I thought
You
he
know,
was
I
like,
Now,
thought of him as green. Yeah.
isn't Ganon part of that whole race of women? He's not a woman though, but that race of women in the middle of the desert, isn't he part of that race?
I
but they're
never
not
knew
humans.
that lore. I don't know.
But
So I
Ganon's not human either.
So why is he black? So that's what I'm saying. I just thought it was weird that like they put
Oh,
him in like.
I'm a little slow. I got what you meant.
No, I just thought it was weird. That's like, is Ganon like officially black? Like,
Well,
is
they
he?
can't say that
anybody
he's.
knows if Ganon is black, please let us know.
Yeah, I thought that
Well,
was
I mean,
funny.
elves could be black and they're not human.
I guess yeah, Link is right. So I guess Ganon's black.
Is Link
Number
white
one
though?
enemy.
I don't be knowing, man.
No, but
I thought either he was black or he was East Asian.
yeah, I just thought it was funny seeing that. But I just wanted to see your opinion on that. Game news. I have two. I wanted to like more of a discussion. One, I don't know, Dre. I think everybody's seen it by now. The whole Stadia stuff. What's going on with that?
Uh,
Pretty much. I'm gonna sum it up. And if
How do
you
you brought
guys,
that up? I just finished arguing with some
I know
idiot.
I wanted to hear what because I knew that me and you're probably gonna disagree. So I just wanted to bring it up because we're like the only two people who talk about Stadia.
I
So what's
have
going on?
Stadia.
Yeah, we for how much longer? That's the question now. Um, what's going on? Stadia had a like a yearly briefing thing, and pretty much they closed their studios down, that first party studios, and they said they're gonna try to focus only on third party games, which doesn't sound too bad. But the interesting thing and the thing that I want to touch on is the fact that they were kind of, if you read the article, more interested in the investors and maybe using Stadia's clouding like gaming system more as like a third party thing, like almost like a Epic engine or like a game engine. So almost be commercial out to like EA and stuff like that. So it looks like I don't know. It's hard because I love the idea of Stadia, but I'm a little hesitant even more now to buy games on that. I don't. I think Google's big enough where they'll keep Stadia afloat, but I don't see them investing too much more into this and maybe almost outsourcing their technology to like EA, to Ubisoft, to maybe fucking. Imagine World of Warcraft on the cloud, like on Google's cloud service. That'd be fucking awesome. Be able
Yeah,
to play
don't.
that on
Yeah,
anything. So I think Drake, you have your opinions on it. I want to just see how you feel about it.
Well,
Be
first,
all right, first, real quick. Educate the people. Don't yell at the people.
no, no, everybody knows me already.
Okay, fuck that shit.
If I'm passionate about playing, I gotta let y'all motherfuckers know. Like Google Stadia is here to stay. Google Stadia is not going. I read a bunch of articles about this from different people in the company. Yes, they're shutting down their first party studios. Why? Because one, they end up giving us all those games for free anyway. They're never selling them. They always end up they sell them for a month and then we get it the next month for free. And then everybody's like, why did you make me pay for this if you're gonna give us this
And
game?
then you just ask for a refund and they give it to you anyways.
So it's like, all right, so fuck it. So why do we keep making games if we're giving it away for free anyway, right? And plus, most of their games we're not playing anyway. We got Stadia and we're playing. What up, cuz? Yeah, he's about to come to my house and start drinking right after we done this shit. But anyway, yeah. So after they done this, after they get rid of this, they said they're focusing on giving us the third party games. So let us get our third party games. It's working well because when we're playing Stadia, I ain't looking at their first party games. I'm playing my Assassin's Creed. I'm playing my Phoenix. I'm playing Cyberpunk. I'm playing all those Assassin's Creeds I never finished before with my Ubisoft Plus.
facts.
Playing Well, like all these other games, like the indie games that they give us that are from those people. I'm not even worried about
All
Google.
right, just to be devil's advocate, aren't you a little disappointed that you would never
Good, man.
see somebody take advantage of this like this gaming system from the ground up? Like, all we were gonna get is ports. Aren't you interested to see how a cloud service game could be from the beginning to end? Like,
Well, people are still making it. We still got the indie people making us games, which is the same thing as Google's
but
game.
like I'm saying like one of the big things with Stadia was like the fact that like because it's on the cloud and like almost unlimited resources, the possibilities were gonna be like amazing. Just like, so I'm just a little bummed out that we're never gonna see that.
Nah, we still gonna see it just in the.
No, but the thing is I'm saying is that because it's a port, it's not gonna fully embrace the Stadia platform. It's gonna
Nah,
have to
no.
be
Like Hitman is the only place where you could go and people could jump in through YouTube and play the level you
no,
did
no, no. But I'm saying like
like that.
whatever game that's gonna be is gonna also have to play. It's like the same reason why Switch doesn't get a lot of ports because whatever games could go on, like not a lot of games could go on Xbox, PS4, the new Xbox and PS5, and the Switch. So I'm saying that the games are gonna be kind of limited. The fact that now it's gonna have to be on four platforms and not just an exclusive. I'm just worried. I'm just disappointed that I'm never gonna see an actual exclusive on Stadia.
I hear
I
you on that.
that's what I'm saying.
We're gonna get exclusives on Stadia. If
No,
they
we're
It would
not.
be It would be third party. Well, no,
It-
exclusive. Third party means it's not exclusive,
Yeah,
isn't
third
it?
party's not exclusive.
we could still be the third part. Well, if Google bought a studio,
But
They're not doing that though.
They're
They
not
said
doing
that
that. That's what I'm
they're
saying.
not
They're
putting money into
done.
that. That's I read the article
Yeah,
since
it's
he mentioned it.
closed. No
They're not
first
doing that.
party. It's all ports. That's what
whatever.
I'm
I
saying.
can
Like,
still play on my phone.
I know I'm saying that I love Cyberpunk on the Stadia. I love Hitman. I love
Still
Border Gates.
join us on YouTube and hop into games and things like. My
No,
thing is that they still have their things that you could do, and I'm still getting like 4 to 5 free games a month.
no,
So
yeah. I just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you could like something, but you could be critical of it. I
no,
think that
I can be
like
critical of them. I'm critical of them for I don't
I'm
know.
just trying to help the brand. You know, I'm just like trying to help gaming in the future. And I thought cloud gaming was the
Yeah,
future.
it
It
is.
is. I just don't think that they're ready.
But
Is
like,
what's
but
happening.
and I'm saying like, if Google can't do it, then who fucking can do it then?
I mean, everyone right now
Amazon?
is afraid of.
I
Everyone right
think
now
that
is afraid of their investors after investors now suing people. So I
That's
mean,
what it is.
I kind of get it.
I think it was the investors putting
Because
pressure on
Google
them.
has the money, like you said, they have the money to get this stuff done. But like, I mean, there's probably mad people. I told you guys in like a in network at a different in a different podcast that basically what's happening with Cyberpunk, and I hate keep saying Cyberpunk, but what's happening with the investors of that, it's like literally going to be ripples in the ocean. There's going to be things that I think Dre said, things that probably were supposed to come out that probably are going to be pushed back or just not coming out. I've already seen stuff getting pushed back that's just not coming out this year, that they're supposed to come out this year.
That's good.
And yes, that's good. But then there's things that are just not going to come out at all, or things that are going to end because people are afraid of their investors.
Yeah, I think that's good because I hope nobody learned from No Man's Sky. Everybody thought
put
like
some
No
work
Man's,
in.
like don't, and that's the thing about Baldur's Gates. Me and Dre put the money up front, but like
I
every
love
update,
Baldur's Gate,
they
but I'm not
fucking
playing that game.
erasing everything. So what's the fucking point of playing it? Like, why are you making me pay $60 to do the same for 20 minutes of the game and then you do an update that gets erased?
That's why I didn't finish playing it.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I wish they,
Read all our info.
yeah, I wish that was more like board, like somebody would just be like, hey, you can't save games. I would have just saved my money. Like, what was the whole point?
That's
But like,
disappointing.
my thing was like, I'm not like, I love Stadia. I love the platform. I love
Likewise.
that it has the YouTube integration. I like that I could play on every fucking platform I have, my TV, smart TVs, my fucking tablet. I've seen people playing on like fucking microwaves and shit. So I love that that's so fucking fun to. But I'm disappointed in that like Google, like the same shit that people saying since day one, Google's gonna quit on this, and it took what 12 months for them to be like, okay,
They have to completely quit. They have
Has
to
it been
fix
12
they-
months though?
that.
I don't know, but like they were in development of games. They canceled those games. I love Stadia as a service, and
That's
I'm gonna
money
continue.
lost right there.
But
You
like,
know
yeah,
that, right?
they lost. I think
Google.
they fired 150 people.
I know, but still, that's money
Like,
all around. It
yeah.
trickles down.
But I'm just disappointed because I would love the only. What was the only like with the 3 Stadia exclusives we got? They didn't feel like Stadia exclusives. They were just games that was only on
Wait, what
Stadia.
exclusives did we get?
We have Glint, that scary game,
Oh, I haven't played that yet.
and then
What's the one with the girl
with the flashlight,
sneaking around with the flashlight.
and then there was the other one that Orcs Must Die. That was a Stadia exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
But like again, those were just games that like I could have played on my PlayStation. I wanted like a game that could only have played on Stadia, and I'm just never going to see that.
I respect that. That makes that I actually have to agree with Freddie. That makes so much sense.
But
Like
like, yeah, Cyberpunk is dope on Stadia.
it is. It
The
really
best way to
is.
play it until the updates come out.
Yeah, I haven't. I told you guys I stopped playing that game because I'm waiting.
Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't had time. And the second news story, unless anybody wants to add anything to the Stadia convo.
Oh no, I'm done.
The second conversation is more about game rating. So apparently, the medium, a metric critic, it's like a 7.7, and then the user is like 7.4, something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty much, it's a above average game. And what's wrong with that? You know, a lot of people are giving the medium shit for this because I just hate that. Like, if a game's a 7, it's garbage. Like,
That's not how that
that's
math
not how it
works.
works. But like in gaming, like our gaming society, if it's not fucking The Last of Us 2, if it's not Ghost of Tsushima, then it's fucking garbage. And like, can we live in a place where we could just have a good game? Like, does every game that comes out needs to be a 10 or a 9?
Triple A game, you know.
Yeah, I think that like the medium is a solid 7.5, and
Mhm.
that's perfectly fine.
And especially
And
if it's a
That's
story
why.
game that I could keep playing. Like
Yeah.
I'm interested in. Yeah, and I thought the puzzles after a while I would get tired of, but I like the way that the game.
so my question to you is, how do you feel about that? Like that, like games that like are just okay, good. It's just like people just like this shit. It's just like one, people who never played the games calling it shit, so they should just shut the fuck up. And two, is just like we live in a place where like it's either a 10, 9, or it's just garbage. So how do you feel about game ratings? Do you prefer the 1 through 10, the star system? How would you kind of like, if you could like, and how you feel about just like good games and not being like 10s? So I know it's a lot. So Felice, you go first.
Yeah, because I'm about to say I might end up ranting about
I
this.
honestly think that I literally take people's ratings with a grain of salt. After so many games that I've heard, like, oh, this game is a 9 out of 10. This game is this. This game is hardcore. And then I go play and I'm like, this is shit. This ain't shit. And then I'll play some game randomly because I watch a YouTube video or you guys will post some shit in Gamerish, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that actually looks pretty good. That indie game looks really good. And then I'll play and I'm like, oh my gosh, this game is so amazing. Why has it no one like really rated it that much? And in the ratings that they like, oh, they tried it for like 2 seconds and it's like they give it like a poor rating. It's got was it Rotten Tomatoes? And that's for movies. But like, yeah, Reddit.
Metacritic, yeah.
Metacritic. Thank you. And I'd be like, that no, doesn't make any sense. And then the reason it would be behind the bad rating would be the graphics, or I didn't like the way the controls moved, or the character was boring, or it would be something stupid. And then I'd be like, nah. So for me, I honestly I don't agree with automatically following people in terms of the ratings and reviews, because I feel like that's like some bandwagon shit.
Yeah.
So
how would you, if you had, is a lot to, I'm gonna say, how would you rate, what's a rating system that you would kind of like to see be kind of the standard? Would you rather see like the 3.5 stars? Would you rather see numbers? Would you rather see like grades, like a C plus? Like, how would you like the games to be rated?
You can't. It doesn't matter what the rating system is in reference to numbers or letters or stars. I feel like if people can, just like what they do with the movies, when they don't want a black person to play a character that they're like, oh, this guy was white. I feel like it doesn't matter what the rating metric is. They're still gonna bomb games because people are assholes.
Yeah. One thing I was reading, because the medium just popped up and people just gave me this shit, and yeah, it's not a perfect game.
No,
but it's definitely not a shit game. And they were saying that like on Metacritic, there's no kind of two-step verification of like, have this person even played it. So a lot of people are now checking on Steam, because on Steam, that's, you only can rate a game if you bought it, and it tells you how many hours you played while you rate it. So a lot of people are not going through critical and going through Steam for reviews, and in Steam it had higher average score than on Metacritic. So
that's a good way. That's a good way.
Yeah, that's a good way to like kind of make sure the numbers add up, because like fucking Robin Hood shit. Robinhood got bombed by bad reviews, and
That had nothing to
it
do with them,
has
though.
nothing to do with it, but just how Google, piece
They
of
left them. They
shits,
left them hanging.
they no, they deleted all the bad negative reviews.
Did they?
Yeah, to protect Robinhood. I don't know why out
That's
of that. I just
sus.
wanted. It's mad sus because all one fucking corporate like they don't give a shit about us. It's all fucking corporate greed. I just wanted to say that. But yeah, Drake, take it.
All right. When it comes to reviews, one thing people need to start realizing is that it's one person's opinion. There could be that one person that reviewed the game thinks the game is bad, but their colleagues might not think that the game is bad. Just remember that shit. Like it's
Yeah.
one person that reviewed the game. It's a bunch of times I read reviews, then you listen to a podcast, and they're like, "I was surprised you gave that a 6 or a 5," and I really love that game, you know. So and
Yeah.
I a lot of these places have arguments about what should be game of the year and things like that. Metacritic, I would never go on because it's the same place that review bombed The Last of Us 2, but yet The Last of Us 2 is getting the most game of
That's
the
just
year awards.
trolls. That's just
You
fucking
know,
trolls.
just like people just follow the fucking crowd. Like there's not enough people out there that think for themselves. And one thing I learned is that a lot of people don't even buy these games. Just like you said, Steam is the best way to freaking to check these reviews out. And I like that too in my Oculus games. You only could review if you played the game. And I like that with Oculus Quest because I buy a lot of games on Oculus Quest now. I'm like obsessed with VR, but I spoke about that on Monday or last week, I believe. You know, but when it comes to these ratings, I do listen to the reviews of some people, some games, because I play so much, I already know it's going to be shit from the get go. I told you guys that werewolf game was going to be shit. Now it's getting a bunch of shit reviews.
I said that too.
Yeah. So we both said it was going to be shit. That's getting a bunch of shit reviews. And there's games like that where everybody just knows it's going to be shit. But there's games like the Medium and where this is something new, something that's worth checking out. A game where you actually play as a medium. Like you're not playing Resident Evil, people. Like you're playing a medium. So as a medium, mediums don't go into haunted houses looking to fucking condemn spirits to hell and things like that.
It's not Diablo.
Yeah, mediums go into places to find out a story. What happened here? Get the feeling. Was this place full of anger? Was this place full of hate? Was this place full of happiness? That's what
Yeah, like the one from Annabelle, except not the husband, the wife.
Yeah. But the game is definitely giving me those vibes. I feel like a medium playing this fucking game. Like I'm getting those vibes the more I get into it. And I can't finish this game. But as for review scores, like it's just one person's opinion, and a lot of people hop on that. And I know I'm going far fetched here, but as far as I'm concerned, the average gamer buys no more than 2 or 3 games a year. And there's no way all of you could review all of these fucking games because I know all of you ain't playing all these games. Like, yes, there's people like me and Felice who will
I was like 2.
Try it out.
2.
Josh.
Yo, what up, Josh? Thanks for showing up.
A lot of
That's
people
New York thing.
Games, stuff like that. So it's just
fuck.
I rather hear from people that bought it. It's like me and Dynasty Warrior games. Like everybody gets Dynasty Warrior games shit, even though there's like 100 of them by now.
They're fun, but
but they're fun to me. Like that's like my dark horse.
But I was gonna say that's the thing. Like I think there's a space for just good games, like not great games, not shitty games, and I think Dynasty Warrior is up there. I think the Medium is there. I think even that werewolf game.
I remember when you used to live with me, I used to force you to play Dynasty Warriors. I'm like, yo, you gotta play this co-op.
You're like, oh man.
Yo,
can we not?
Even like wrestling games, man. He would do like storylines.
Oh,
and like
shit.
Like he had like a notebook and like he was like, okay, you're gonna be ready to and like you would have like a storyline and you're gonna do this.
LARPing? Were you LARPing in the game?
He was LARPing before it was a thing.
Like you could create your own show. So like I would have like, yo, get out the room. I'm creating the show right now. I don't want to see what's gonna happen. And then so when he comes back in the room and we're doing the show and he gets betrayed or something, it's a surprise. Like, yo, look how great I made today's Raw.
I can't with you
that's how me and my son are. My son controls SmackDown, I control Raw. and then
We
we,
were like, but the funny thing is, like, we would have like four of us, and we do like tag teams, like four controllers,
you
and
know,
we were like actually like just play, like we're like wrestling. It was dope. It's
That
just
sounds
funny
like my
because it's
childhood.
but something like yeah, it's childish, something that people can't do anymore. Um, but I was gonna say like those. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you feel about this average games? You think there's a place for it, or do you
yeah,
think
there's a place for it. That's where the indie games I think are taking over that medium right now because when we think of average games nowadays, we don't think of big budget. We don't think a big budget game could just be average, but they can be average. Right now, we're looking at things like Spiritfarer, Hades. Like Hades is above average, but I'm pretty sure while they were making it, they were thinking, all right, this is probably going to get sevens anyway. But we have those big hits out there that No Man's Sky
I
came
think yeah,
out,
I think
and
you're right. Just because one, just how expensive how much it costs to make games, they can't afford to just have an average game.
yeah,
And plus now games are like what $70.
Yep.
Um,
yeah.
that we can't afford
Not
like
worth $70, but they
yeah, and
$70.
that's the
Exactly why
thing.
Destruction All Stars had to be free, because that's an average game. That was
That
not no $70 game.
BK, that
They,
game is trash.
and they said that the reason that I've read that the reason they made it free is because they want a good player base. So when they have to go pay for it, it's not a dead game. Because I'm sure if it was
The
nobody.
microtransactions are crazy, but I was going to get into that on a drink in a game. I wasn't going to get into that today.
But yeah, so I agree. I think there's a place for an average game. I don't think every game needs to be. Some of my favorite games growing up were just like kind of shitty, charming games that was just like not the best games, but like they had character and they tried something new. I can't remember it, and I'm sure if I describe it, you guys can't remember. But it's like it was just like this game where you're a spy, and it was like almost like Mass Effect-ish.
Spy
Alpha
Hunter?
Protocol.
Huh?
Alpha Protocol.
Yeah, Alpha
You think
Protocol.
I'm not going to recognize you? Come on, who
That
you
game is
talking
what I think about of a
to?
bad, good game. That game got shit on so much, but I enjoyed the crap
I
out of that
liked
game.
it too. I played through it twice.
Yeah, so it's like that's always a game that pops up in my head about a bad good game. It was just like this game has so much potential. It was it didn't work. I would love to see a redo of that. But yeah, so I think we all agree. That's all I have, Felice.
Okay. That's actually some really good content, actually. I feel like the rating thing is something that I think we aren't really aware when we're a child, when we're first playing a game. We're not aware of the concept of rating. Oh, okay, maybe the kids now because they're just online trolling. But when we were kids, we weren't really aware of all these like negative press on games. Like it wasn't as in our
We didn't
face
have
like
the
it is today.
internet like that. The internet wasn't so blown up.
It existed when we were kids, though.
No,
Just
it existed, yeah. but
network,
it
network
wasn't
to see. We
blown
were
up. There
not
was
that
no
old.
Facebook or Instagram or Twitter to spread the
We
hate.
had we just got Facebook in high school. So
Yeah.
anyway, how old we are. So anyway, um, yeah, like literally, I feel like that kept the game having a good essence, like a good feeling about it. Like I feel like games were more enjoyable without the trolls attacking the websites, hacking the websites, overflooding the websites with the negativity that changes people's perspective that are followers. Because obviously people who just check on things and like, oh, this says it's just trash. It's only 5 stars. You know.
Yeah.
So I feel like it kind of changed. It turned the integrity of the concept of voting for me anyway. But Dre, what do you have in terms of news and gaming entertainment?
I was gonna bring up happening here. MLB The Show finally coming to Xbox. For those who don't know, like one of the best sports games since MVP Baseball. If MVP Baseball was still out, this probably would have never been happening.
Probably not.
I wanted to see what you guys thought about Cloverfield 2 coming out. And it's not going to be a found footage film. It's going to be a direct sequel, but it's not going to be found footage, which I'm disappointed on because I love Yeah, but the camera is someone that I love that point of view. I love I watch every single scary found footage film I could find out there. Like I love found footage films. But you guys interested in a Cloverfield 2 that isn't found footage? Or if you're interested at all.
I have feelings about it.
You already hate it. I
mean,
no.
Please, how do you like about the other ones? Are you fans of the other ones?
Okay, I watch both of them because I watch horror films and I love the indie films also, FYI. So I'll watch anything scary and be a little bitch cry in the corner. But literally, I remember the first one a lot because the kids going well, they weren't kids, like teenagers or young adults running from building to building, trying not to die, and they hear things fighting in the background, and then, which I kind of thought was the kaiju, but that was in my brains. I was like, this is Godzilla fighting the kaiju, but no, the second one was some creepy shit with the chick in the fallout shelter. With was that John Candy? Oh no, that guy died. The other guy.
I think he died too, though.
Shit, he died too. Fuck.
I don't know.
Is
But
that
we know
wrong?
what you're talking about. What was the name? The Cloverfield Drive Road?
It was Cloverfield Lane or something like that. It was something Cloverfield something. Like, I forgot the name of the damn movie.
I don't know, but it just gave me all the vibes, all the feels. I do like it being shot like that though. So that was the exact question you asked. Yes, I would like to see Cloverfield 2, even though I think it's gonna be a shit show like Cloverfield. That whatever that one was called in the fallout shelter. Or bunker rather. I would like to see it. I want to know where they're gonna go. Like, what didn't the first one end when they were trying to run out the tunnel, and then like
yeah, first Cloverfield they were like in a tunnel and they were about to get like
The
bombed.
train station, and then the freaking get out, and all this crazy shit started happening once they got outside. And
I don't know. For me, Cloverfield feels like another M. Night Shyamalan movie, and his movies are shit shows.
God! Man, M. Night Shyamalan, son. Like, M. Night Shyamalan's the shit. Yes, he's had.
Let me finish my dude.
The village until the ending.
Wait, did you watch that movie
with
with
stream name? Yes,
Mark
Stretch.
Wahlberg with the trees attacking people?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, did you thought that was a good movie?
It was,
of course he did. Of course he did.
It was weird.
Okay.
You know, it was great, but I love M. Night Shyamalan for Signs.
What about the one with the mermaid? Did you like that one?
Lady in the Water. Yeah. I have that soundtrack on my phone.
What about The Village? Which I think The Village as Evil 8 is also that movie.
I love Lady in the Water. I could watch Lady in the Water 10 times a day because of how emotional that movie made me.
What about Sixth Sense?
Of course, The Sixth Sense.
Oh, you know what? I did not know that The Sixth Sense was made by M. Night Shyamalan until more recently. That movie was dope. I honestly did not know. I saw it. I went there to watch Bruce Willis.
Oh my goodness!
Because during that time, Bruce Willis was like popping. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
He was popping then, and then you had the little weird kid with the bald head haircut.
I didn't like Unbreakable, but I like Glass.
What?
Wait, he made Unbreakable?
You didn't like Unbreakable?
Yes, he made Unbreakable.
I didn't know that.
Unbreakable, but I like
Unbreakable
Glass.
Was dope.
It was
just like especially
Unbreakable was boring, but I get why. It was not okay.
When did you watch it? How long ago?
It's supposed to be a thriller.
Wait, who? Dre?
No, you, please.
Me? I watched when it first came out, but I think that I went to it with bad intent. I went with bad intent. It's not bad intention. I went into it with the wrong mindset. When I went into it, I thought it was going to be like a high action thing. I didn't know at the time it was going to be a intellect movie.
Yeah, I definitely I rewatched
I rewatched it. Yeah, I rewatched it
really like it
before the other one came out. The one with the weird guy on his arms. Oh, sorry. The guy who's kidnapping the girls.
Yeah, the Glass.
Yeah. No, that's the third one.
Yeah.
But it's
no, I had to rewatch the first two.
Split
and then Glass.
Yeah, I rewatched Unbreakable and then Glass so that I can watch.
No, you watched Split.
Yeah.
And then Glass.
Yeah. Professor X. What do you say about student?
Split. Yeah.
Yes. Wait. What? Wait. I just got confused.
The same actor plays Professor X.
Oh yeah.
He got brolic in that movie.
Oh my gosh! Weren't you scared of
him? Nah, he's a white boy.
You do not remember Split then?
I'm just not afraid of white people. I'm sorry.
Did you? Yo, Split made me think about Kiss the Girls. Did you ever see that movie?
No.
Oh my gosh! When the guy was kidnapping all the, it was like the, I can't remember his name right now, but it was the guy was kidnapping all the girls, and one of the girls that got kidnapped was a cellist or something anyway, and literally like it was a detective's daughter, and there were all these girls in the thing. Literally, Split is the serial killer's version of the same movie as Kiss the Girls. You should watch it.
You just told us the whole movie though.
I didn't. No, I didn't. I said it. I swear. It's a Morgan. I think it's Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
All right. I'll try to look it up. But next up on the game.
Wait, you didn't ask me.
I will.
Wait, but
The question was Cloverfield. If we're
yeah,
excited about Cloverfield
and then
too.
she read all of it, so I
Freddy's
forgot all
revenge
about
does not
the
matter right now.
about it.
So Dre, you read about it. Is it a direct sequel
Yeah,
to
they said
Cloverfield
it's a
one?
direct sequel, just won't be found footage.
Would it be the same characters too? The lady
I
and the
doubt
guy?
it. I doubt it's gonna be the same characters.
I thought they died.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
seemed
think
like they
both of
died.
them died. Yeah,
I'm curious. I like the Cloverfield franchise. I think what was the Netflix movie, the Paradox one? Did you
yeah,
guys
the
watch that?
Cloverfield Paradox. Yeah, the one in space.
Yeah, that
I did
one.
not. Wait, what?
There's
And
a
watch
Netflix
that
movie.
Cloverfield Paradox.
No.
Yeah, you gotta watch that on Netflix.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fucking crazy,
Yeah,
but it kind of connects to the Cloverfield one. So yeah, I am interested in that franchise. I hope it doesn't the thing that like
What?
yeah, we'll probably get
that's
into
what
that. I
That
hope it doesn't become that Godzilla versus King Kong because
well, they
I
did
swear to
say.
you, it's
Notice.
kaiju. It's kaiju. I
I
swear
hope
to
not because if
you.
it's that,
Oh,
then I'm not
remember
interested.
they did say that the Cloverfield monster is connected to that universe. I believe
Yes,
they
it
said,
is
he said
kaiju.
he's connected to that universe. And if you notice in the
Godzilla
Godzilla,
versus King Kong.
no, the other movie, the last one that came out, the Godzilla movie before the Godzilla versus King
Oh,
Kong,
when he was fighting all the
it
kaiju.
yeah, one of the monsters looked just like the Cloverfield monster.
See, I know I wasn't bugging. I know all about my kaiju. I don't know why. I
Yeah,
was
if
weird
it's
as a
that, then
kid.
I don't want to watch it. But if it's because that's the thing,
But they're
it's
not focusing on they're
yeah.
not
If
focusing
they
on the
They're
don't,
not
monsters.
going to
They're
focus on
focusing on the
Kong and
people.
Godzilla.
yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be
if they could focus on like regular people, not the military, not the fucking
No,
scientists,
just the
just
people.
like the guy who's on the fucking street and is like a fucking big monster fucking everything up.
Like
I'm
Spider-Man
interested
and
in that.
Batman fighting and destroying the fucking buildings and the people that's getting killed on the thing that
Yeah, I
have
want to see that.
vendettas.
Like how those people survive, how they're dealing with
Yeah,
shit.
I don't think we've ever seen that.
Other than Cloverfield, yeah. But
He
yeah,
said, "Gojira, save us."
Superman being a good light.
he's big.
Nah, Superman's an asshole. So is Batman.
Gojira.
I know. Let me push that up real fast because I can always imagine it, hearing it. Godzilla.
Yeah,
I heard
Gojira.
it in my
He said,
head. I heard
Gojira.
it.
Gojira will save us.
But since we're the Gamerish podcast and we usually bring up shit that happened on our Gamerish Facebook page, guys, if you want to interact with us the most, I suggest joining our Gamerish Facebook page if you have it. Our Facebook pages, we have two Facebook pages.
We
One that
do.
we do mostly streaming on and one that we share news on and interact with all our fans and stuff, all with the Gamerish Network. So we did a tournament for the most anticipated game of 2021. Surprisingly, the finals came down to Halo and Fable 4, two Xbox games.
Voter fraud. Voter fraud.
Like two Xbox. Halo got in by one vote. Fable 4 got in by a bunch. But Fable 4 just beat out Halo by I think 18 votes. It beat
That's
out.
great. Halo will never win.
Oh my goodness, Halo.
Not while I'm alive. I'll make alternate accounts just so Halo won't win.
So, do you guys agree that Fable 4 is more anticipated than Halo?
Yes.
Yes, it's a fact. I've seen the transcripts.
I think
That last one was hard.
I think it should be God of War versus Favor.
Thank you.
I think Halo.
I felt so too.
I know I loved you.
It was gonna be, but
honestly, I'm so surprised just because I don't understand. I don't understand. I wish I could talk to these people. Like,
I don't
why
think
did you
people.
choose-
I don't think that people were voting that enough people were voting at the time.
enough people were
Because I didn't see it at first.
Halo versus God of War, there was a total of 42 votes, and
next one when it gets to the semi almost semifinals, let's pin the post so everybody gets to see it up front.
Yeah.
But I think God of War was dope. Oh man, I can't wait for
I'm
Thor
waiting to
come
replay
in
that.
and that fucking God of War 2 and it's what happens with Loki and all that I love all of that. Mythos.
Yes, Loki.
But Fable 4, I really hope that I'm excited about that because all that shit. Peter Jackson, not Peter Jackson. What's his name? I got it fucked up.
Phil Molyneux.
Yeah,
Oh.
all that bullshit he was saying about on the OG Xbox 360. Oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. It's gonna be amazing. With the new Xbox Series X, he should be able to do all those fucking things he was saying.
Facts. We didn't forget.
I'm looking. Yeah, I didn't forget. I'm looking for his version of Fable, and I hope Fable 4 is that because I love me some Fable,
Yo,
man. I
could you
love
imagine how
being.
it's gonna look though? How
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
beautiful.
It's gonna be so amazing. Just I love like being.
Colors and stuff are gonna look good. I just hope it's a good
Well,
story.
you know what, Felice? Because Fable's been so dead for so long. Can you explain to people? You played Fable, right?
Of course, I'll play Fables.
I
It's
explain to people
Fable.
Fable because most people. I don't think that many has played Fable. That's like such
Okay,
an OG game.
I got two words: chicken chaser.
That's actually part of the game.
That's what they call me. Kicking chickens is what I do. But no, oh my gosh. Okay, so I can't remember how I started. Like, sorry, which one was first at this point in my brain? But pretty much, you're this person that lives in this poor ass town, and somehow you become destined to either be a great good or a great evil, depending on what your choices are. And I feel like this was like the birth of a lot of BioWare games. I know this is not BioWare. I know that, but the birth of picking your choices wisely.
Yeah.
So literally, you could do everything in this game. It was like almost like partially Sims slash action adventure
Grand Theft Auto,
slash
just like do your own thing.
yeah, Grand Theft Auto slash like yeah, like you could do almost anything in this game. Like you could have a wife. You could have a husband, even you have
Kids at one
same
point.
sex thing. You could divorce her, you could cheat on her or him. You know, you have babies. What is it? Wait, Paperboy is in Godzilla.
Who the fuck is
I'm
Paperboy?
not
I
listening
don't
to you
know.
right
I
now.
don't know.
I'm done with you right now. That's your name. But like you could do all that stuff in the game. Oh, I think you said Kong, but whatever. You could do all that stuff in the game, and there was like these things that you had to do, and like even after you beat the initial game, because like the person that told you could either be the greatest evil or the greatest good, even after you beat the main game, there was still more shit to do after the game. The main story.
The game kept going.
It just kept going.
After you were offline. At least in Fable 3, when your town is making money and no shit like that. Like you can make
Yeah,
money,
stream
you know.
name. You need to behave, stream name. But yes,
Oh, Paperboy is Atlantic. It's the guy who plays Paperboy. You recognize his face if you see it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. He's in it. Go ahead.
but yeah, so pretty much it's an RPG fantasy where you're literally like being this kid going to different people's doing tasks, doing quests, but the quest was never boring, which is pretty interesting. And then there's like all these little in-game things to do side quests, which I thought was pretty cool, like opening the wall, but you have to like test your goodness or test your evilness, which I thought was awesome. Like if you do too many bad deeds, you can't get it past the fucking wall that says test your goodness. You
Yeah, I
know?
think that the game was dope because, like you were saying, like how it was the first, like you said again, I was repeating what you're saying, but it's like the first time you could really choose to be good and bad, and it wasn't just like, oh, you're good and bad in this moment. That shit carries
Nah.
with you for the rest of the
Get
game.
like
There's
life.
points where like people were scared of you. They will run from you. They're like they'll
Yep.
cry when they're in
Oh,
front of
and
you.
your skin looks different as
And
you did bad shit.
And you transform. You start having horns. So I'm very excited about Fable 4 and just seeing what meaningful choices. It really
Yes.
felt, and like that's the thing. I was a lot younger, and like being like I kind of want to be a dick, but it was just like so hard because you
It
knew that
felt
like
bad.
and the thing is the people reacted around you. So you killed somebody, they're like, oh my god, they were like almost be afraid of you.
He's a
So
killer.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like
And
and
I
go
feel
ahead.
like I'm sorry, go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, I was
I'm
gonna say
sorry.
one thing I'm hoping because a lot of there was like a lot of expressions. It was like make expressions of being
Oh
angry,
yeah.
mad. I hope that they can add voice to it and make it more dynamic than it was previously because it was a lot of just like making like emotes the whole time, you know. But it'd be nice to now like maybe Fable 4 they could actually like scream when they see you or like
The
say
birth
get
of
away from me.
emotes.
Yeah, like it'd be nice. So I'm hoping they add. I think this game has so much potential, and it's an Xbox exclusive, and a Game Pass thing. So let's
Oh
go.
shit, it would be
It's gonna
free.
be free.
Yo, speaking of which, not free, but speaking of Fable, I was gonna say like that. I know I kind of said already. That was like the birth of like decision making in other games, but just like thinking about that concept, even in the Elder Scrolls, decision that you make would affect, but it would never affect it as much as it did in Fable. Fable was like an intense thing. In Elder Scrolls, it's like, oh yeah, okay, the most intense thing will happen is if you're a werewolf or if you're a vampire, or if you don't eat. But beyond that, it was never as intense as your choices in Fable, where it would be like a whole body
Is
experience. And
that
then
the birth because we did have Deus Ex before that.
But
We
I
But
mean,
did.
how many people
We
play
did.
Deus Ex though?
I did.
I didn't. I know I didn't play Deus Ex until the 360s and stuff like that.
well, you
Yeah.
played the new Deus Ex.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like whatever
Yeah.
Deus Ex that
Yeah.
was.
No,
I
I know
never.
I didn't play the original, but because of all that G4 TV taught me the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's facts. That's facts. But like, literally, like watching your favorite character, his skin starts to tear apart. Like you see, like it's like cigarette burns, not burns, but like holes in his face, like burning paper, like because it's like black, because he was just evil. That was dope. That was dope.
How you feel about Fable, Dre?
I like Fable and shit, but I'd rather have my Halo.
Nah,
Yeah,
no, get up Halo.
and I'm an RPG guy. Like
Like
I
a
love
Sith?
my RPG.
Yes, like a Sith.
But yes, like a Sith definitely. But Fable has always been great to me. I'm never gonna hate on the franchise and shit, but I have no expectations for Fable.
That's
Really?
good.
I'm not putting
He
my
does that on
hopes up
purpose,
there
so he's
because
happy.
in part 1, 2, and 3, we were not completely fulfilled on the expectations that were dished out to us. With Halo, there's
That is true.
expectations.
I
And
am. Man,
Listen,
have
every
in
time
my
you say
head-
Halo, I'm gonna tell you Halo 5.
I
You
just
know,
think
That's
that
my
like
only argument.
I'm the total opposite. I have no expectation for Halo.
you
I
know.
think that like they burned me after 4 and 5. They burned me. I was like,
Thank you, Fred. Oh my gosh, I've been agreeing with you all stream.
hey, get used to it. Mad King's here. 4 and 5 just burned me. Honestly, I was the biggest Halo fan going 1, 2, and 3. There's moments in those games that I could just live in it in a loop. That's how much I love it. But 4 and 5 burned me. And the story was there. I agree, like the whole Katana thing, and like, but I just felt like I don't know, they were afraid to make really changes, and the same thing you can say about Fable 3. But yeah, I love me some Halo, but I think
Same.
Fable 4 has a lot. I'm expecting a lot more from Fable 4 than I am from Halo.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all clear. So
High hopes. High hopes.
since we're here, I don't know how many people are watching really, who's part of the Facebook page. I'm about to drop a new tournament. I wanted to make it Gamerish Network for Black History Month. I wanted to make it themed with Black History. So I wanted to get some votes on whether y'all thought we should do it on the top 30 Black video game characters, the top 30 Black movie characters, or the top 30 movies that star American people.
Nah,
Wait, say the last
Neos.
one, Dre. I didn't hear you.
So the
Sorry,
top
sorry.
30 people on movie names that starred African American people. So I'm thinking of one of those three topics.
I rather do movie characters because I feel like there's such a diverse characters. From everything from like Seven, Denzel,
Blade would definitely
Morgan
make it on
Freeman. Yeah, I think it has to be. I mean, like it's gonna be tough because like movie characters is like Coming to America. Eddie Murphy. It who it's such a tough thing. Like who wins that?
Black character from that movie do you choose to put in?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Harder. Yeah. So,
The guy who sings "She's Your Queen." That guy.
That movie's
so
good.
all right, we'll probably do next the top 30 Black characters in movies.
TV shows count. Boondocks.
Oh no!
Yo, I would say the lady who voiced Boondocks, Regina
maybe
King.
TV shows. If we finish this tournament before the month ends, then we could do.
Yeah, because there's a lot of good.
Well, we have a whole month to talk about Black lives.
Just one thing just to touch on. I wanted to say it. I didn't find a good place to say it, but like
Yeah.
I was watching an interview by LeBron, and he's like, Black History Month isn't just a month; it's every day.
Every year.
And I think everybody of color needs to live like that. It's like it's not Latino Month whenever they fucking choose to say it's Latino Month. It's not Black History Month whenever they choose to say it. It's fucking every day. So live your life like that. Don't let them know.
I'm about to mute you. Continue.
Just live your life good. And just like don't let people tell you what month it is. That's stupid.
Yeah, I didn't even remember it was Black History Month. I'm like, y'all back on that shit again? When it became this month, I was just like, oh, Black History Month. I just think about being black every day of my life, so I don't ever think about a damn month in which we have to celebrate it. Like, why wait for this month to start talking about black people, or Hispanic History Month. Like,
Yeah, I think it's
by the
stupid.
way,
And
Well,
when
I
LeBron
mean,
said that, I was like, he. At first, it sounded cocky. It was like I live my life like, cause the way he said it was just like I live my everyday life. There's no Black History Month. It's every day. But then I'm thinking back. You know what? He's
let it
fucking
set
right.
in.
And like he's fucking right. That's and I would get a whole different. This is a whole different topic. But just
Yeah,
saying
but
saying
it's
out just like
important.
yeah, live your life and like fuck what they say. Like Black
yeah,
History is
okay,
every
like
day.
we are making history every day that we
Yeah.
live. Like,
Yeah, Streamline. We got what you meant. He was making a joke. It
Nah,
just
no,
came
that's
off
why I
wrong.
say he's. That's why I say he's silly.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you, stream name.
Dre, what were you saying?
so now that's the last of my topic. So we can just go into Felice now, and what she got for us.
You ready? You ready? You ready? I got this page. All right. I forgot to post it in the group, but I want to end it off with the second one. So I'm just gonna say the first thing I read recently was the fact that Activision, as of today's the 4th, right? As of yesterday, they're being sued over a female Call of Duty character.
Yeah, I was reading that. Mara.
Yeah, Mara. So basically, in 20, this is now obviously they introduced the character 2019, Mara, as he said earlier. But a writer slash photographer um has this character as well. Basically they modeled their character after her this person's character, which is called Janice. It's from a short story called November Renaissance. So they're suing for copyright infringement, obviously. And they have some pretty interesting reasons. They're saying that literally, they posted it. They're excited, so they posted their stuff on social media after they did their photo shoot and stuff for their character for their short story. They posted on Instagram because you excited when you finish your job, right?
Yeah.
And literally,
He
Activision,
looks just like her.
Activision slash Treyarch hired the same exact fucking model and the same exact makeup artist to right, the same exact makeup artist to do the whole photo shoot as well, so they can get the likeness of her. You know,
Yeah.
and yeah, that like, what is that? Like that,
I don't
I
know.
thought it was stupid, but if you read the fact that I don't know how they got all this information though. If you read the fact that they're like how they're telling her to pose in similar ways, like I don't know how they got that information, but they told them to pose in
I think
similar
it's
ways.
fucking stupid. I think it's people just trying to make money. It's hard to like.
It could
One,
be,
this person that they both like portraying is an actual fucking person. So there's no
yeah.
copyright. You hire an
No, no,
actress,
yes, but
and then the thing. I know. I get what you're saying,
it's
but
sus.
it's definitely sus. I'm not saying that, but I think that like when does this stop then? Like where's the line where like if I hire you for a video game character, I'm like I want you as my model. I hire you, and then somebody else hires you. Of course, there's gonna be similarities because the base
No,
model is the same.
yes,
And
but they instructed the makeup professionals to
no,
prepare the talent
it's
exactly.
interesting. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I really don't give a shit. I hope the little man gets his money, whatever. But another thing is that like the smart guy who's suing them, he's influencing heavily off of other games, aka Tomb Raider. If you look at his stuff, he's influencing off of Tomb Raider, the stuff he's making. If you see a Tomb Raider actress and you compare his stuff to Tomb Raider, you're like, okay, there's a lot of similarities between those two. So I'm just saying, like, it's like music. When you have a beat and you do a remix on a beat, you I think it's okay paying homage to what you have.
Yeah,
I think
most
the
people
I
don't
think the
sue
reason
unless it's making money.
I think the reason it's an issue is because it's fucking Activision who did it. I
Yeah,
think if this was somebody else, it wouldn't be a big
if it
issue.
was an
But
indie company, they wouldn't be
yeah,
suing.
that's what I'm saying. Like, get your money, bro. Sue them. They'll settle out of court. You get your money. But I just think that it's just America just fucking. Let's sue everybody because fuck it. Why not? They're gonna settle.
Well, I mean, they did also get her to sign a non-disclosure. Well, you always sign a non-disclosure agreement, but they would get her to sign a non-disclosure agreement to conceal their planned infringement, which sounds a little sus to me. But yeah, like they even use the same hairpiece. Like that, there's too many similarities for him not to be partially right, if not right in total. You
Yeah.
know, and obviously I get what he's saying because the character, what is it, 1,000 Call of Duty points, so that's like $10, so they're getting $10 a pop, but everybody's at home right now just buying that shit, so it's like it's either that one or the thing with the charm with the cat-eared military helmet with Formara. That's what
I'll say what's a good DJ, tell us goody.
Hey, I'm not even in, I'm looking at the article. Hey, what's good? Hey, boo. But literally, like, I feel like I get what you're saying about playing devil's advocate, but I feel like you can only really play devil's advocate in this case with the if the fact that there was not so many similarities, and I get the fact that his art does heavily look like Tomb Raider. You said, yeah, but it's not like he went out and
DJ?
He went out and got like an artist, like, and it's the same artist that fucking. I was gonna say Eidos, but Eidos doesn't make Tomb Raider anymore, do they? It's probably not Eidos.
So this is the image, and
thank you, because I was trying to figure out how to pull it up.
To the right is Warzone. To the left is his. So his is Janice.
Yeah.
And Mara is Mara. And like this right here, the one I'm circling, that's fucking Tomb Raider right there.
No, you're talking about what possibly looks like. That's not what he's saying. He's
saying this looks like this.
It's not that. That's not even what he's saying. Specifically, it's not that they just look alike. They chose the same exact person with the same exact makeup artist and the same exact hairpiece to do the character. How can you not say they didn't steal that shit? It's not like he chose a look-alike.
Generic Warzone shit. This is a generic shooting person. This is not the
point. This is the same person. You think that she's the only one? She's the only one up for hire?
Enjoying the argument.
She's What? What'd you say?
No, he's just saying he's enjoying us going back and forth.
Oh, I'm just saying, is she the only one for hire?
She's fucking cute, and she actually.
I don't give a fuck how cute she is. She's basic white chick.
I think the reason
that's not the point.
The reason that she got picked is because she actually knows. So when they do motion comp, she knows how to shoot a gun in real life. She does competitions.
How many women know how to shoot guns in real life?
How many women that look like that who know how to play shooting games in real life?
I bet you this mad.
Show me one. Send me the link. I do some
homework on it. Are you serious? How many women are as beautiful, if not more beautiful,
I want to see it.
Play games? Are you serious? Yo, this is why gamer girls don't talk online, because of that kind of concept. There are plenty. Is what I'm getting at. I know. And I can sound passionate without you thinking that I'm angry. I'm not angry. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that I think that like it's just,
I get what you mean. Though.
It's a lot of consequence. I mean, honestly, I can see it. Like this and this looks a lot. This and this looks the same. This and this.
It's not even about how it looks. It's the fact that it's the same person, the same items, and the same. I'm gonna say,
do you think this guy is just trying to get money?
I think that it's easy to say that he's just trying to get money.
Actually cares.
It's easy. Look. It's easy to say that he's trying to get money when in fact he's the little guy trying to go after the big guy. Realistically, Call of Duty does cut the corners all the fucking time and no one says shit. So I mean, people say shit, but they don't get reprimanded like the fucking cyberpunks of the world. Yeah. So I feel like they should fucking pay him, and I don't give a shit if he gets paid or not. But realistically, they did all the stuff. If you look at did you look at the court report with all this between the complaint and stuff? They're fucking guilty as shit. There's that shit's long as fucking. I was not trying to read that whole thing. Yeah, but
they're definitely guilty.
They're guilty. So there is no devil's advocate. Oh, well, she looks like the way it looks. No one gives a shit about how it looks. What happened is what's important. And it's in the same year, which is the worst part about it. So, Activision got so many employees. They probably was on like, oh, shit. They use this artist. Yo, let's get this artist in. And then they spoke to their boss like, oh, yo, I know we want a new character. What about this chick? She did this recently. They're like, oh, yeah, that's cool.
I think it's just them trying to get money. I don't know. Do you, homie? But this is another thing that reminded me of the story. Was the GTA, the whole Lindsay Lohan thing?
All right, now that was different.
So you're saying that they look exactly the same, so Lindsay Lohan needs some money?
No, that's different because
Why?
It's different in the fact that that's solely on looks. In reference to this is on credible evidence.
So wait, you're saying that doesn't look like Lindsay Lohan? They don't look the same.
But your only conversation, your only point of reasoning is the fact of looks. I'm going beyond that. I'm going into what they actually physically did, not what the artist comes out looking like.
If somebody made a game character that looks just like you you wouldn't want no money.
Oh, it's Mara. M-A-R-A.
So if somebody
M-A-R-A.
made a game character with Dre, would you want some money? You just be like, it looks like me, but it's not me.
I wouldn't even think of that because
Would you
honestly,
suit up for
Not
like
if I'm broke. I don't care. Like,
you know, we can't sue nobody. We can't sue nobody.
Well, we can't afford to sue anybody. We're too broke.
Exactly. Like I ain't hiring no lawyers.
But it's that. But you're caught up on the look-alike. It's
no,
not even
I
about
get what
the
you're saying,
look-alike.
but it's all.
But
it's
you're
all
only
just
conjecture.
I get. Yeah, that's the same. Like it's all just like what. Like it's just. I think it's. I'm looking at the big picture, and you could get into small details of like, yeah, the same makeup artist. I read that there was the same makeup artist, the same hairpiece, the same poses, and everything.
And they were told to do
you know
this
what?
the same way.
Look, I say it's shady as fuck, but I don't think they're legally wrong for doing that. I don't think it's against the law to hire the same actor. I don't think it's against the law to hire the same makeup artist. I don't think it's I don't think it's against the law to like do all those things. Is it shady as fuck? Yes.
It's
and
called Mara.
It's fucking wrong, and Activision fucking did it, but it's not against the law, and that's what I'm saying. Technically, it's not against the law.
But isn't that copyright infringement? If you took you took a concept from somebody else.
If I hire the same actress, it's not against the law, right? If I hire the same makeup artist, it's against the law. No.
She had a copyright on no disclosure clause that she wasn't supposed to work for anybody.
Yeah, so if anything, that's on her. He should be suing her for working with Activision.
So you tell me just the big man gets away again?
No, yeah, it's fucked up. But that's how America is.
That's fucked up.
But please, like, is it against the law to hire the same makeup artist?
That's not the concept.
No, but tell me.
You're losing my point. I'm not going to answer that. No, that's not my point. That's not my point. Because you're making my concept sound like it's not important.
But no, that's how the law is going to work, though. That's what I'm saying. That's how they're going to see the case.
Well, we already know laws is not out for us.
Yeah, it's shady as fuck. I'm not going to say it's not. I think it's fucked up.
I agree with you on that. But I don't. Yes, we agree on that, though. We do. Thank you, Devil's Advocate. You made me argue.
No, yeah, it's a fun way to have a conversation because we all agree on everything. It's boring.
I don't give a shit about this dude.
Me either. I don't give a shit.
Whether he gets his money or not, I ain't get no money.
I know.
That shit go in my pocket or my wallet. I just think that's fucked up.
Hopefully
it just makes me think not to post it online if I have a drawing or concept.
Yeah, and that's the thing about fucking what Drake did with the whole Gamerish network. Fucking copyright that shit.
Yeah, he said we're in process of doing that.
Yeah, just like
we already.
Yeah, he's already copyrighted
everything. I just got a bunch of lawyers hitting us up now because they want to represent me now that I got to renew in about 2 months. Like, it's a whole process, and people want my money. So, but we'll talk about
your Patreon.
Our Patreons are the worst, guys. It's gonna be just like a joke. I'm just gonna keep going with it. Our Patreons are the worst, guys. Don't worry about it. We'll let you know.
I'll go on to my second one because I'm too heated about this Activision thing. All right, so my second thing was, I don't know if you guys seen as big. I feel like a lot of companies have been doing this more and more, especially after the whole Black Lives Matter movement. But Xbox celebrates Black voices and drives community impact during Black History Month and beyond, right? So basically, what they're doing is they wrote out this thing. If you can go to their the Microsoft website and you'll see the whole message, whatever. And I'm gonna paraphrase as much as I can because I was gonna write it down and it was too much to write down. But they're basically committed to building the most inclusive community on the planet where everyone can experience the joy and connection of gaming and bring their authentic selves to action in general. So what hit me was that first fucking sentence, like the concept of your authentic self is something that a lot of people of color are not able to show without being judged and stereotyped and yada yada yada, you know? So I feel like that already sold me a little bit. Like, Xbox, take my money.
Can you you touched on a very complicated thing, but can you just address it a little bit more? Like,
what do you mean?
How do you feel like Black culture doesn't feel comfortable expressing themselves fully? Can you just elaborate a little bit?
I feel like you said something earlier about how you felt.
Stereotypes.
Yes, stereotypes. How you felt about stereotypes. And in reference to, like, you couldn't find, and I think we spoke about it before, literally we started streaming, you couldn't find a character that you thought was, like, amazing without there being some sort of stereotype stuck to him. Like, all right, Blade, he's an asshole. He's an asshole, he's a loner, you know? spawned similar things. He's brokenhearted because of like the woman, and like he came from the hood, or I don't know that part, but yeah, like there's always some sort of stereotype to them, but it's usually rooted in what people assume black culture is. And black culture is not one thing. Black culture is a multitude of things. We're not one thing, we're everything. And literally it's infused in our whole society, in the whole world, literally. Not
One
just
show that was really good at showing that was Black Lightning. They showed so many different perspectives.
Oh my god. I love those girls. I love those girls. Especially the older one. She was hot. But not the point. But yes, you're right. You're right, Dre. Black Lightning really did show you family values, and it's such a positive way. Even though there was negativity happening with that albino dude, who's literally the Wilson Fisk of his world. Yeah. So I feel like that's what it means. What they're at least trying to say. I feel like they had some black person write this shit out. So bringing your authentic self into to the action, right? So what they're doing specifically is it says here are some ways we plan to celebrate and elevate black communities. So they're gonna have a bunch of digital stuff like Xbox and Windows, like games, movies, TVs, things curated by black communities at Microsoft. So this February they're basically going to highlight these games and movies and TV shows, and some of them are like was it After Party, which
I like that. I didn't want to play it, but it's pretty much like you're in hell and you're in limbo.
Outdrink the devil.
And you have to outdrink the devil to figure out where you're going.
We don't want to be drunk still. That's not a good stereotype either. But they're trying. So yes.
I love the idea of having a focus on that, but that goes back to like why can't this be like an everyday thing?
Because I can answer that question, but I'd rather not right now.
No, it's just that I know it's complicated, but like
it's not complicated. It's very easy to answer.
It's complicated in the sense of like these powerful heads that they're taking advantage of a month and like trying to push these games to make money. That's what it is. They figure.
Oh, I didn't just mean with money. I didn't just mean with games.
But I'm just saying like that's their mindset. These fucking corporate heads. They're like, okay, it's Black History Month. These are black owners who own these games and publish these. So let's push these games out these times.
Actually, they're not all black owners. I'm gonna say, but like, just keep this a black person in them.
That game, like Dre was talking about, the After Hour games, that shit's been out for a minute.
After Party?
Yeah, that's been out for a while. So the fact that like they're bringing it up again during this month is just like
it's literally I'm for showing things. Don't get me wrong, but I do have my negative sides to this. It's like I don't want to be a token blackie, but
exactly.
But anyway, so it's After Party, Watch Dogs 2. They're showing off Apex because Apex is very diverse. Just so is Overwatch. But anyway,
I would say Rogue Company. There's so much female power in that shit.
We're talking about black people though, not females.
No, black females too.
I love women though.
You can be black and female at the same time.
Yes, I
know. But like, no, that game is so diverse. I think because it's up there with like those games. I'm fucking amazed. Like as more female characters.
I need to get on that with you one day. I keep seeing you play it.
You gotta catch a stream with us. We're trying to go rank.
I always catch your streams. I see those shits.
No.
I'm
guys, Tuesdays, Thursdays, 11 o'clock.
Tuesday, Thursdays, 11 o'clock.
Twitch. No, but like, yeah, just say diversity. I love to see it, man. I love to see a strong female lead.
Yeah. So they have Apex, Sims.
All right, go ahead, go.
Anyway, I second that what he said, but I at the same time the other side of me says, "Shut up, Freddie."
Yeah, I can see with your eyes.
Black Panther Insecure, which is obviously a TV show. Of course, they told out Spider-Man the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse, which I don't know you guys. Yes, Miles Morales.
Puerto Rican, half black.
Yes.
My boy.
Yeah, Hidden Figures. Literally, they're doing like they just do a few of those games on the games/movies/TV shows on those things. But I think it's pretty interesting. I do think, as I said earlier, the concept of being the token blackie is not cool at the same time because, like you said earlier, 1 month is not enough. It's not. Yeah. You don't just like Hispanic heritage. You don't just show up for the Latin community that one time.
And the thing about not it's the
And
same
when
thing
you show up, you
with
drink. That's not
with
cool.
like Black History Month. It's like you're pretty much boxing in all different ethics, all different cultures,
Ethnicities.
yeah, in one fucking box. Like Dre, where you from? Guyanese or something like that?
And it's the shortest
Yeah,
fucking
you
month.
guys just
My
found out
dude.
last week.
Yeah, and
So I
like
thought
the
I was
Jamaican.
Dominican.
yeah, there's
Jamaican
Jamaicans, there's all types, and then like
slash Nigerian.
and then the same thing for lands. Like I'm Puerto Rican, there's Mexicans, there's DR, Dominicans, Brazilians, and
And other.
you giving us 30 fucking days to express ourselves. Like there's so many
My
different.
dude, we get 28
Like I know LeBron said that he put
slash
like the
9.
shortest month. You guys get it, but
They're
I'm
like,
just
we
saying like
gave
it's
them that.
fucked up. Like it's
It
stupid.
is. I
Like
mean, but
it's like it's.
I'm not gonna condemn the companies though. Some companies do have good intentions, but go ahead. What you saying? I'm sorry.
I don't know. I was just gonna fucking rage because I
Go ahead,
think
rage. I want to hear you
I think
rage.
it's
Rage
fucking
for me.
stupid. Like and it's just like the fact that there's no like white month day like December white month fucking white people
Wait,
month
whoa. Slow your roll.
because a whole bunch of snow.
What are
A
you
whole bunch
talking
of white
about?
people. Yeah, okay.
No,
But
no. What are you talking about?
no, I'm just saying that there's like the Spanish Heritage Month, there's Black History Heritage Month, but there's no Caucasian History
Oh, I
Month.
thought you said that December is white people month because that sounds fucked up.
I said that because there's a whole bunch of white snow everywhere. And they feel comfortable being surrounded by white stuff. No, but like the fact that they don't have a month.
Don't hate white people. People. Just,
No, but like
We do not,
you guys own everything. You guys are the corporates.
Freddie.
All right, my opinion is that we should be on the same standard as them. And like they don't have a month. Why the fuck should we have a month? Like every day should be Spanish Heritage Month.
Every day should
Every
be
day should be
Christmas.
Black History Month.
we shouldn't have any months.
Yeah, because it's like
It
the
should
fact that
just
there
be
is a
classes
month
in
shows
school.
you there's a fucking problem. The fact that you guys had to feel comfortable giving Black History Month a month. There's a fucking issue.
I mean,
There shouldn't be
listen.
a fucking month. There should be just every day we should celebrate Black culture. Every day we should celebrate Spanish, Latino culture. It shouldn't be a fucking month. That's what I'm saying. It's that like we gotta treat this like we should almost like not even embrace this because this is what they want us to feel comfortable. Or we're giving them a month, guys. They'll be happy. They have 28 days. That's the fucking problem. We should like say fuck
It
that
is an
shit.
issue. It is an issue.
Keep your 28 days. I'm gonna have the rest of the year. You can have the 28 days. You know?
You're right. So what Xbox is doing, and I hear you. I hear you. I hear you so much. I respect the fuck out of what you just said, legitimately. What Xbox is doing specifically, just because I scrolled down and saw like the actual plan.
Yeah.
So week 1, which obviously started on the 1st, is Black Heroes Week. So they say like let's play and watch Black heroes be the star of their own games. So I'm thinking Grand Theft Auto with CJ. That's what I'm thinking. But let's not go there. I mean, that's not really a good representation of Black culture, but whatever.
It's a good representation of that time. San Andreas was in the 90s. Tupac, Biggie.
Facts. Yo, that soundtrack was my life. Driving.
Because yeah, you
around.
would get like hip hop, and then you still get some little Michael Jackson in it. It was kind of dope. It was a good soundtrack.
The week of February 8th is Black Creators, Developers, and their Games Week. Meet Black creators and developers. You can still actually literally go there and see the titles and like I think I'm gonna do little video clips. I'm not sure yet, but I've seen that before. They do little video clips of the people of that created these things. So week of February 15th specifically. You're gonna have the Black Streamers Takeover Week. I would love to be part of that. But meet new and familiar faces in Black gaming communities. Literally, this is going to be like the people who have gone where we're trying to get to. Yeah. We will be there soon. I promise you.
What they should do is get the people that need to move up, because then it just looks like it's the same thing with rich people right now. Just like, okay, because you're rich, we give you free stuff. Now it's like, oh, because you got a bunch of people following you, let's get you even more followers, when you should be trying to pull each other up, which is something that we have a hard time doing in our communities, is pulling each other up. We're always trying to outdo each other.
Facts. And week 22, it's still Black Streamers Takeover. So it's literally the same thing as week 15. The last 2 weeks of this month is going to be that. I'm going to look more into that because I think that we should if it's possible, we will probably try to jump on that shit.
Yeah, for sure. Can't hurt.
I'm down.
But yeah, they even literally go into, and I know I'm talking a lot, but they literally go into like talk about the NAACP and like when it's formed and stuff like that. They literally go into all this information like Black Girls Code. Oh shit, I'm part of that, FYI. Literally, it's like it's fucking dope. The whole community. There's a whole
It's
even
nice that Xbox
A
is doing this.
Minecraft. Oh my gosh, this is a Minecraft / Mahjong Studios education editions add-on also, which I didn't see earlier either. There's like so much stuff, and I only read like half of it. So literally, I'm excited. Yes, respect. We do.
Support the
Oh
brand.
wait, you guys have what you mean stream name. I don't know what you mean,
Huh?
but getting over to it. Yeah. So yeah, yeah.
Nothing but respect for Xbox what they're doing.
But do you guys got anything to say about anything I said?
Yeah, I support it. I love it. I mean, if you could like, because you said you're gonna do a little bit of homework, let us know some games. Post it up. Let us know to like check these games out.
Facts. I'll do that. Dre, you got anything to say?
I have nothing to add.
Well then, guys, this concludes episode 40, First of Black History Month. Thank you so much for showing up. Please like, subscribe, share. You know, come be part of our community. We put some links in there earlier. I will put some more links right now. That's our Facebook group. You can actually see our Facebook page also. Once you go to our Facebook group from in there, this is our Discord. Please join us. And yeah, Patreon, as you said earlier, is coming up soon. You know, so yeah, thank you.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Peace out.